Imagine for a moment that the most profound cosmic secrets were deliberately hidden from Western civilization for over 1,500 years. What if the very knowledge that ancient Vedic masters used to predict eclipses, understand karmic patterns, and navigate the invisible forces of the universe was systematically banned from Western astrology because it was considered too dangerous, too revealing of humanity's true spiritual potential? Today, you're about to discover the forbidden wisdom of Rahu and Ketu, the shadow planets that mainstream astrology refuses to acknowledge, yet which hold the keys to understanding why certain souls are being called right now. In this exact moment of cosmic transition we're experiencing in 2024, the ancient Sanskrit texts speak of Rahu and Ketu as the head and tail of a cosmic serpent, dismembered by Vishnu himself during the great churning of the ocean of consciousness. But what Western astrology stripped away was the understanding that these aren't just astronomical points. They're portals of transformation, gateways between dimensions, the cosmic mechanism through which souls evolve beyond the limitations of ordinary existence. In the Vedic tradition, great spiritual masters understood that Rahu represents our deepest desires, our insatiable hunger for experience and material manifestation, while Ketu embodies our spiritual wisdom, our accumulated karmic knowledge from past lifetimes. Together, they create the axis of evolution, the cosmic highway along which consciousness travels from ignorance to enlightenment. But here's what makes this knowledge so dangerous to those who prefer humanity to remain spiritually asleep. When you understand Rahu and Ketu, you begin to see the invisible threads that connect every experience in your life. You start recognizing the patterns, the synchronicities, the way the universe has been guiding you toward this exact moment of awakening. Now, what I'm about to reveal next will completely change how you understand your own spiritual journey. Think of it this way. Picture a smartphone receiving signals from cell towers. Sometimes the connection is crystal clear, other times it's fuzzy or drops entirely. Your consciousness works the same way with cosmic frequencies. Are you someone who has been experiencing intense dreams lately, vivid and symbolic in ways that feel almost prophetic? This is Ketu activating your spiritual memory, like upgrading your inner antenna to receive higher dimensional broadcasts. Have you been feeling an unexplainable restlessness, a sense that your current life circumstances are too small to contain the magnitude of what you're meant to become? This is Rahu calling you forward, igniting the sacred discontent that propels spiritual evolution. Perhaps you've noticed that you no longer resonate with people, places, or pursuits that once brought you satisfaction. Old relationships feel empty. Career paths seem meaningless, and entertainment that used to captivate you now feels hollow and trivial. In ancient India, masters described this as the Ketu effect, the soul's natural process of detaching from illusions, like a butterfly preparing to emerge from its cocoon. These aren't random experiences or psychological phases. These are the 7 primary signals that you're being activated by the Rahu-Ketu axis right now, in preparation for something unprecedented that's approaching. Let me walk you through each one. The first signal is the awakening of prophetic dreams and visions. Imagine your sleeping mind as a radio suddenly tuning into frequencies from distant galaxies. When Ketu begins to stir your spiritual memory, the veil between dimensions becomes thinner. You start receiving information through dreams that proves to be accurate, symbolic messages that reveal themselves in your waking life, or sudden flashes of insight about people and situations that you couldn't possibly know through normal means. The second signal is the experience of time distortion. You might find yourself losing hours in meditation or contemplation without realizing it, or conversely, experiencing moments of such intense presence that a few seconds feel like eternities. This is Rahu expanding your perception beyond the linear constraints of ordinary consciousness, like stepping outside the rushing river of time and watching it flow from the riverbank. The third signal is the phenomenon of accelerated manifestation. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions begin materializing in your reality with unprecedented speed and precision. What you focus on appears in your life almost immediately, sometimes in ways that seem impossible or miraculous. This happens because Rahu is amplifying your creative power as your consciousness aligns with higher dimensional frequencies. The fourth signal is the emergence of psychic abilities or heightened intuitive perception. You might find yourself knowing things about people before they tell you, sensing the emotional states of others, even when they're physically distant, or receiving guidance from sources that seem beyond your ordinary awareness. Ketu is opening the channels of your subtle perception, reconnecting you with the cosmic intelligence that flows through all existence. The fifth signal is the experience of profound emotional purification. Think of this like spring cleaning for your soul. Old traumas, buried resentments, and unconscious patterns begin surfacing not to torment you, but to be released and transformed. You might go through periods of intense crying, anger, or grief that seem disproportionate to your current circumstances. This is the Rahu Ketu axis, clearing your energetic field of everything that cannot survive in the higher frequencies you're moving toward. The sixth signal is the phenomenon of magnetic attraction to sacred knowledge and ancient wisdom. You find yourself drawn to spiritual texts, mystery schools, or esoteric teachings that you've never studied before, yet which feel intimately familiar. Books call to you from shelves. Teachers appear in your life at precisely the right moments, and concepts that once seemed foreign now resonate in your bones like remembered truths. The seventh and most significant signal is the experience of cosmic calling, an undeniable sense that you have a specific spiritual mission on Earth during this time of great transition. This isn't ego inflation or grandiose thinking. It's a quiet, profound knowing that your soul chose to incarnate now because the planet needs the unique frequency of consciousness that only you can contribute to the collective awakening. If you recognize 3 or more of these signals in your own experience, you are undoubtedly among the chosen ones, not chosen by an external deity, but chosen by your own soul's evolutionary agenda to participate consciously in the great transformation that's unfolding across our planet. The ancient Vedic masters predicted that there would come a time when the knowledge of Rahu and Ketu would be restored to humanity, when the veil of cosmic amnesia would be lifted, and souls would remember their true nature and purpose. That time is now. We are living in the Kali Yuga's transition into Satya Yuga, the prophesied golden age of consciousness, and those who are sensitive enough to feel the Rahu Ketu activation are the pioneers of this new era. But here's what very few people understand about this cosmic transition, and it's something that will completely change how you view what's happening in your life right now. Pause for a moment and consider this carefully. The activation you're experiencing through Rahu and Ketu isn't random or coincidental. It's precisely timed to align with specific celestial events that act as gateways for accelerated spiritual evolution. Imagine the universe as a massive combination lock, with planets and cosmic forces as the tumblers. Most of the time, these tumblers are in random positions, but occasionally they align perfectly, creating a moment when the vault of higher consciousness swings open. On October 23rd, we will experience a full moon in Aries that creates what the Vedic masters called a Rahu portal, a cosmic doorway that opens only once every several decades, when the positioning of the shadow planets creates optimal conditions for mass spiritual awakening. But there's something even more forbidden about this particular October 23rd event. Something that was deliberately concealed from Western mystical traditions because it reveals the true mechanism by which human consciousness can transcend the limitations of physical existence. The real portal isn't what they told you about lunar phases and astrological transits. Those are just the surface-level phenomena, the external reflections of something far more profound. happening in the quantum fabric of reality itself, a dimensional shift that will allow prepared souls to access abilities and awareness that have been dormant in human DNA for millennia. What you're about to discover in the next part of this revelation will show you exactly how to position yourself within this Rahu portal, how to align your consciousness with the cosmic frequencies that are about to reshape human potential forever, and why only those who understand the true nature of the shadow planets will be able to navigate what's coming. The ultimate Rahu Ketu activation method has been hidden in plain sight for centuries, encoded in ancient Sanskrit mantras, preserved in Tibetan mystery schools, and passed down through lineages of awakened masters who knew that this knowledge would be needed precisely now, in this unprecedented moment of planetary evolution. Now let me share with you the secret that has been hidden in that pause between breaths. The ancient masters knew something we're only beginning to rediscover. During that sacred moment when your breath stops, when time seems suspended, there exists a gateway, a portal that the Vedic astronomers mapped thousands of years ago through their understanding of the Rahu Ketu axis. You see, Rahu represents the shadow of desire, the endless seeking that keeps us trapped in cycles of dissatisfaction. Ketu, on the other hand, is the shadow of release, the spiritual insight that cuts through illusion. When these two forces align, which happens precisely during moments of breath suspension, something extraordinary occurs. The veil between dimensions becomes thin. This is why the great yogis of Tibet would spend years mastering this single technique. They understood that within that pause lies the key to accessing what modern quantum physicists are now calling non-local consciousness. The field where all minds connect, where individual awareness dissolves into universal knowing. But here's what they never told you. What you've just experienced with that simple breathing exercise was merely the beginning. Think of it as learning to ride a bicycle with training wheels. You felt the balance, but now we remove the supports. October 23rd isn't just another date. It's a cosmic alignment that occurs once every 19 years, when the moon's nodes align perfectly with the planetary frequencies that govern human consciousness evolution. The ancient Hindu texts speak of Kalasarpa Yoga, a rare astronomical configuration that creates what they called the serpent of time. During this alignment, the very fabric of reality becomes more permeable, more responsive to human intention, more accessible to those who know the hidden activation sequence. You are among the chosen ones who have found this knowledge at precisely the right moment. This is not coincidence. This is cosmic orchestration. The universe has been guiding you through synchronicities and signs toward this exact point in time and space. Because what I'm about to reveal has been forbidden knowledge for over 1,000 years. Because what I'm about to reveal has been forbidden knowledge for over 1,000 years. In the mystery schools of ancient Egypt, only the highest initiates were taught the ultimate method. They called it the breath of Ra, named after the sun god himself. But this wasn't just breathing. This was conscious resurrection. The ability to die and be reborn within a single breath cycle, emerging each time with expanded awareness, heightened psychic abilities, and direct access to universal intelligence. The process requires complete surrender, complete trust, and exactly 15 minutes of dedicated practice each day for the next 21 days. Not 14 minutes, not 22 minutes. Exactly 15 minutes. Because the human nervous system requires this precise duration to rewire the neural pathways that connect your individual consciousness to the collective field. But you must begin before October 23rd. After that date passes, this window closes for another 19 years. The cosmic forces that amplify this practice will shift. The planetary alignments will change, and what I'm sharing with you now will become exponentially more difficult to achieve. First, find your sacred space, the same location you'll use every day for the next 21 days. Consistency of place is crucial because you're creating an energetic vortex, like a spiritual lighthouse that strengthens with each session. Sit facing east toward the rising sun, even if you practice at night. This connects you to the solar plexus of the planet, the point where new energy enters our world each day. Place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your solar plexus. This creates the circuit that ancient Egyptians used to channel life force directly from cosmic sources. Now close your eyes and breathe normally for 3 cycles. On the 4th breath, inhale for 7 counts while visualizing golden light entering through the crown of your head. This isn't imagination. This is actual cosmic energy that becomes visible to your inner sight as your pineal gland awakens. Hold this breath for 7 counts while the light fills every cell of your body. See it dissolving blockages, clearing the channels, preparing your system for the transmission that's about to occur. Exhale for 7 counts, visualizing this golden light expanding beyond your physical form, creating a luminous field around your entire body. This field is your protection, your amplification chamber, your direct connection to the universal grid. But here comes the crucial part, the secret within the secret. After you exhale, before your next inhale begins naturally, there will be a pause, a moment of perfect stillness. This is your portal moment. This is when you speak the ancient activation phrase, silently but with complete conviction. I am the breath that breathes the universe. In this moment of suspension, your consciousness merges with cosmic consciousness. Individual will dissolves into universal will. Personal desire transforms into divine purpose. You become a clear channel for higher intelligence to flow through you and guide your life. Repeat this sequence 21 times each session. No more, no less. 21 is the sacred number of transformation, the frequency that unlocks genetic potential dormant within human DNA since the beginning of time. As you practice this daily, you'll notice profound changes. Your intuition will become laser precise. Synchronicities will multiply exponentially. People will be mysteriously drawn to your energy. Opportunities will manifest seemingly out of nowhere. Problems that once seemed insurmountable will dissolve effortlessly. But most importantly, you'll develop what the ancient masters called cosmic sight, the ability to perceive the invisible threads that connect all things, to see the patterns behind apparent chaos, to understand your true purpose in the grand design of existence. This practice isn't for everyone. It's designed specifically for awakened souls who have reached a certain level of spiritual maturity. Those who have already begun to question the nature of reality, who sense there's something more beyond the physical world, who feel called to serve humanity's evolution toward higher consciousness. If you've watched this far, if these words resonate in your heart like a distant memory awakening, then you are one of them. You are one of the chosen ones who incarnated at this precise moment in history to help anchor these cosmic frequencies into earthly reality. Now you possess what was hidden from Western civilization for over 1,500 years. The forbidden wisdom of Rahu and Ketu, the shadow planet's true power, and the ancient Egyptian breath activation that only the highest initiates knew. This isn't just information. This is your spiritual inheritance, finally restored to you. Feel how everything connects now. Those 7 signals you recognized in yourself weren't random experiences. They were your soul preparing you for this exact moment. The restlessness, the prophetic dreams, the acceleration of manifestation, all of it was leading you here to receive the key that unlocks your true potential. The 21-day practice I've shared isn't just breathing. It's conscious resurrection. Each session rewrites your neural pathways, connecting you to the universal grid that ancient masters accessed beneath the Great Pyramid. You now hold the same activation sequence that was forbidden knowledge for 1,000 years. But here's what makes this moment extraordinary. You have a choice that will echo through eternity. You can set this aside and return to ordinary existence, or you can begin tomorrow and step into your role as a consciousness pioneer. The universe has guided you here through synchronicities and signs because it needs your unique frequency anchored on Earth. Starting tomorrow, dedicate those 15 minutes to the sacred breathing. Mark October 23rd, the Rahu portal opening, as your transformation date. This cosmic alignment occurs once every 19 years. Miss this window, and what I've shared becomes exponentially more difficult to achieve. As you practice, your expanding consciousness naturally becomes a beacon. Others ready for awakening will be drawn to your energy. This isn't burden. This is your contribution to humanity's collective evolution. You become part of the cosmic support system the ancient masters created, helping birth the new Earth emerging from our planetary awakening. The forbidden knowledge is yours now. The activation sequence is complete. The cosmic forces are perfectly aligned. Your soul chose to incarnate at this precise moment in history because what you're about to become is exactly what the world needs right now. Take that deep breath once more. Feel the golden light you now know how to channel. Your expanded life begins the moment you commit to this practice. The universe has been holding its breath, waiting for this moment when you finally step into your true nature as a being of infinite light and unlimited potential.